Back when I was in Hwachong JC, I used to struggle with H2 math when I first started learning it. And it was not only until I realized this 4-hour rule that changed my trajectory with this subject and helped me really master it. So if you're a J1 student or a J2 student struggling with H2 math and considering to drop to H1 math, let me advise you not to unless you have tried this 4-hour rule and it does not work for you. So back then when I was still struggling with H2 math, I asked myself this question: am I struggling with the subject because I have not given myself enough time to understand it, or am I really just not able to understand it? And I realized that right at the beginning, I was not giving enough time to the subject to really understand it, because H2 math requires such a deep level of thinking, right? And I was not really consistently revising it last time. Naturally, I was not able to understand the concepts at a deep level. So what I did that really changed my trajectory is that every single day, I set aside 4 hours to revise my H2 math. I would set aside 4 hours to go through one topic during the holidays. And during the 4 hours, I went through these 4 stages, right? The first stage is to read the whole lecture notes one full time without stopping. The next stage is to annotate the lecture notes and start doing the practice questions inside. The third stage is to do all my tutorial questions. And then the last stage is to start doing my topical TYS. I just rinse and repeat these 4 steps every single day during that 4 hours. And I dedicated 4 hours every single day towards mastering H2 math. And sure, some topics took more than 4 hours and some topics took me several weeks to complete. But at the end of it, since I was so consistent with H2 math from the start, 4 hours every single day, 4 hours every single day, that I was really able to master the concepts. And now as a H2 math tutor myself, I'm able to explain these concepts in a way that makes sense to my students without having to refer to my notes or whatsoever, because I still remember what I learned back then because it made so much sense to me. So if you're struggling with H2 math, what you need to do is to give yourself more time with the subject. Naturally, with more time with something, you have more reps, you have more hours of practice, you will get better at it naturally. And it all starts with being patient with yourself, giving yourself the opportunity to learn the subject and touch the subject more frequently. Use this broken 4-hour rule and I promise you your H2 math will improve. It's going to be lonely, it's going to be boring, but at the end of the day, it's really all about how much you put into the system, and the system will give you adequately enough back in return. In short, you get what you deserve. So if you're looking to put in the reps now and you want to do well in H2 math, in my Library of A1 Math Academy, I reteach the entire syllabus from scratch, and you can learn every single thing again starting from today. So if you want to get more information on that, just watch this video next and I'll see you there.